Welcome to another episode of Baby Bounce Back. This is a video compilation of week 29 of my fitness training after having my fourth child. I was diagnosed with a spinal fracture back in the end of 2019 and decided to have my fourth child in 2020, knowing that pregnancy pulls my spinal fracture in all of the worst directions. Why would I do that? The plan is, now that I've had my baby, I can put my spine back together the way it goes and not pull it out of place ever again. That's the plan. I am not a personal trainer. I am not a professional athlete. So these videos aren't about the correct ways of doing these movements. These videos are about picking up all my broken pieces and putting them back together. Shout out to my supportive husband. That is always very useful to have someone in your life that can support you and cheer you on as you tackle all your dreams and goals. And another shout out to my personal trainer. Because of all the unique issues I had regarding fitness, I have petitioned to a professional to help me. One of the things I had to keep telling myself was that I had my whole life to develop my own health habits, and I did not. Therefore, I was going to do my best to take all of the best advice I could find. I was involved in a household accident that left me with concussion, whiplash, and an accordion spine. The three professions that have helped me the most with dealing with the issues from that accident were physical therapists, my personal trainer, and chiropractors. It was my first physical therapist that told me the muscles are what hold the bones in place. I really took that to heart and started working with a personal trainer. I lost 55 pounds in 5 months, even while dealing with all the chronic pain from my accident. And I finally started seeing a chiropractor, and the chiropractor was the one that discovered the spinal fracture. He also mentioned that tends to be a good excuse for people to start taking care of themselves. I had been so busy taking care of everyone else that I had been neglecting myself, it's true. But not anymore. I can enjoy life and live it to its fullest. This is my friend who's come to visit me from out of town. We love her. She's from Japan, and we're happy to have her with us for a few days. And because I've been taking care of myself, I can join her on a hike up the mountain. We decided to go on a day trip out to Frankenstein, Germany. Here's a little clip of the castle ruins.
We are in the castle Frankenstein. It's found in the village of Frankenstein, so this is known as the other Frankenstein castle because the family that maintained it was named Frankenstein here. They never owned it, but they lived all around this area.
Here's a view of the church from the bottom of the hill, and in this next picture you can just barely see the top of the train tunnel. It cuts through the mountain under the castle. And look who I found in Frankenstein! I don't know if this is the actual Herbie or just a replica, but it made me very happy to see it on the road. Baby boy was teasing me today. He'll stand real strong until I take out my camera, and then he sits down and tries to get me. He can stand on his own, but he's usually very surprised when he does. I had deadlifts today. My chiropractor was not a fan of weight training with a spinal fracture. He thought of it as adding weight to a crooked tower of blocks, where your spine is the tower of blocks, and one of mine was out of place. I understood that my spine was more than that. If it is a tower of blocks, is a tower of blocks attached to suspension cables. Weight training is just one method out of many to help me strengthen those suspension cables that hold my tower of blocks in place. I have the chiropractor to help me put all the blocks in place. I have my personal trainer to help me keep all my suspension cables strong and healthy and balanced. And then there's always a physical therapist to help if you ever experience a traumatic event between those two. I understand that not every professional is created equal. Some are better than others. My chiropractor did an excellent job identifying and teaching me about my unique back issues. After just 3 weeks of seeing my chiropractor, I felt better than I had felt in years. And I believe all of my muscle training helped me prepare for that day. Chronic pain eats at you. It wears you down. My initial reaction to the pain was to stop moving. I lost mobility along the entire right side of my body because it hurt so much. The pain never went away, and eventually I had to realize that avoiding the pain was not the solution. And that's when I finally reached out for help. I think that's where we're going to wrap this video up for today. All in all, we've had a great week. We went to Frankenstein, we went to the pool, we spent hours in the sun. My thoracic spine is benefiting from all the crossover symmetry I'm doing. I still have a long way to go before I'm back to 100% though. I jarred my spinal fracture a little bit in the beginning of the week and had a difficult time figuring out how to get it back where it belonged. Deadlifts actually helped the most. I believe it decompressed my nerve pinch. We had a party weekend that turned into a party week for me, and I need to get back on my no sugar diet. So my diet kind of went out the window this week, but I can get back on it like any dedicated procrastinator starting tomorrow.
Remember, keep moving.